Hello, and welcome back to the Reality Change podcast. I'm your host, and today I'm joined by a friend.
Hi guys, my name is Jared Detenemo. I was on the last episode of Blossom University.
And today we're going to discuss the concept, you are loved.
The reason why we want to discuss this topic is because some people may forget how truly loved they are.
And it's extremely important that people understand how much they are loved, because once you're filled with love, it will literally empower you to conquer anything. And a sentence I read a few months ago, it says love conquers all things and covers a multitude of sins.
That's a very powerful thing that you just said. And personally, a few years back, I had no self-love. I had no confidence. I was very insecure. And the difference between then and now is that I stopped searching for love in others and discovered it in myself.
And that's a very powerful thing that you did, because what many of us fail to do is to look within. Because the thing is, we go searching in the external world for things that we already had. It's all about self-discovery. And once you realize that you have it, you can actually give more to others. And there's simple ways of doing this, just by, waking up in the morning and telling yourself you're loved and reminding yourself that you're beautifully and wonderfully made and you have a purpose in this world. It's simple things like that that will spark up your mind. You'll start to feel thankful and you start to rejoice. However, the first step is to realize it and accept it for yourself. Because what many of us try and do is that we try to run to people who will tell us that we're loved and that will make us feel good. But what ends up happening is that feel-good feeling will only last for maybe a day, and then we go back to feeling disappointed and insecure. And then it becomes a cycle, because you're feeling low again, you run to different people or that same person and expect that same love and expect that same validation from them. But the thing is, when you don't get that, you're crashing down again. But when you realize it and accept it for yourself, and you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself that I am loved, I am beautifully and wonderfully made, I have a purpose on this earth, it changes everything, because you unleash the power. No one else is telling you, no one's feeding you, it's you telling yourself. No one can take that power from you. They can't. And what you start to realize is that the more you repeat to yourself positive affirmations, your life will change. You start to feel good, you start to look good. And because first your mind goes and then your life follows. And once you realize that you are loved, you actually become love. So you no longer need love to function, because the power within you has unleashed that love. And now you give love, because love is forgiving, not forgetting. And when looking back at some of my situations with this perspective, I realized that I don't need people to love me for me to function effectively. Everyone that then loves me now brings value, but I don't expect love. I give love because love gives everything and expects nothing. But first you must be filled with that love first, because the thing is, you can't give what you don't have. You must learn how to love yourself and accept yourself, and it's all about detaching. You're not your past, you're not your mistakes. Everything that ever happens to your life will always work out for your good. And it was through simple actions, such as taking myself out on a date. Sometimes I'll take myself out with my book and I'll go to the coffee club and I'll read. I'll have a coffee and I'll read by myself. And that was me taking care of myself and me spending some alone time and understanding myself and understanding what I don't like and what I do like, and learning about myself. And what we fail to realize sometimes is that the strategies and the steps we take to form a relationship with our partners are the same steps we need to take before we get into that relationship, because you can't give what you don't have. And I must learn first how to love myself, then I can love others. And when I came to a realization that I am already enough, you are enough, and you need to accept yourself for who you are, because there is a great and powerful source within you that just needs to be unleashed. You've got to have faith in yourself, because you are loved. regardless of what may have happened in the past, you have a purpose and you have great power within you that can touch the lives of others. Start believing in yourself. And I don't know who this is aimed at, and I don't know who this is, who may be impacted by this, but from the bottom of my heart, I hope you realize how much you're loved. And if no one tells you, I'm going to tell you right now that I love you. I love you for who you are and what you can become. You can do great things in this world. And I hope you believe this, and I hope you start to realize how great you are. And just sit there and be grateful for who you are and be thankful. Because when you start to love yourself, you start to see others with love. From someone who had a very hard heart, and I used to hold a lot of grudges against people, and I used to hurt people because I was hurting, I realized how love can transform your life. Love is all that we need, and a lot of people are just looking for love. And now when I encounter people who wrong me and disrespect me, I no longer get angry, because it's coming from a place of hurt, and these people are just looking for love. And I just hope, this message touches anyone that needs to hear it. And just always remember, you are loved, you're special, you have a purpose in this world, and don't give up.